In the bustling world of office supplies, few items held as much unassuming power as the common stapler. Its purpose was simple: to bind papers together with a swift, decisive thwack. However, for Alex, a young and curious intern at Paperclip Innovations, the stapler presented a fascinating challenge. He believed in optimization, even for the most mundane tasks. Why, Alex often pondered, must a stapler use so much force? Surely, to reach a more elegant solution. His colleague, Brenda, often found his musings highly entertaining. One Tuesday morning, Alex arrived at his cubicle with a glint in his eye and a small peculiar device in his hand. "Behold, Brenda," he declared, holding up a gadget that looked like a miniature souped-up remote control. Brenda, always game for Alex's eccentricities, leaned over with a smile. "What marvel have you concocted now, Dr. Frankenstein of fasteners?" "This," Alex explained, his voice bubbling with enthusiasm, "is the stapler force adjuster. It connects wirelessly to any standard office stapler and allows for precise control over its stapling power." He meticulously attached a tiny sensor to his trusty standard-issue office stapler. "Today," he announced, "we shall reduce the force. For efficiency! For ecological reasons! For science!" Brenda chuckled, watching him with a mix of amusement and a hint of apprehension. "And what's the optimal force, pray tell? Enough to just barely pierce 2 sheets of tissue paper?" Alex ignored her playful jibe. His brow furrowed in concentration as he toggled settings on his device. Starting with a 50% reduction, he mumbled, his fingers dancing across the buttons. He picked up a stack of documents, placed them under the stapler, and pressed down. Instead of the usual satisfying thwack, there was a soft click, and the stapler barely left a dimple on the top sheet. Alex mused, adjusting the setting further. "Too low. Let's try 25% reduction. Still too much potential energy being wasted, I suspect." Brenda bit her lip to keep from laughing. "Are you sure you're not just trying to invent a very complicated paperweight?" Alex gave her a mock glare. "Patience, Brenda. The perfect balance is within reach." He tapped at the device again, this time aiming for an even more drastic reduction. He pressed the button for maximum force reduction. He intended to set it to an almost imperceptible level, just enough to fail most phase staple. But his finger slipped. Instead of reducing the force, he accidentally initiated the eject-o-staple-matic function, a secret, highly experimental feature he hadn't yet debugged. With a startling whiz, thwack, asterisk that echoed through the quiet office, the stapler didn't just staple, it launched itself across Alex's cubicle with surprising velocity. It soared past Brenda's head, bounced off a filing cabinet with a clang, and landed with a comical thud near the water cooler, thankfully missing any unsuspecting colleagues. Silence hung in the air for a moment, thick with shock. Then, Brenda, who had instinctively ducked, slowly straightened up, her eyes wide. She looked at Alex, then at the stapler, lying forlornly by the water cooler, then back at Alex. A giggle escaped her lips, quickly escalating into full-blown, uncontrollable laughter. Alex, initially mortified, couldn't help but join in. They both collapsed against their cubicle walls, tears streaming down their faces, as the stapler force adjuster blinked innocently on the desk. Sometimes, even non-fiction can have a dramatic flair. The incident became legendary at Paperclip Innovations, a cautionary tale about over-optimizing the unoptimizable. Alex learned that some things like staplers are best left to their original design. And Brenda learned that working with Alex was never, ever boring. Their shared laughter that day was a testament to the unexpected joys and dangers of office experimentation. It was, in its own way, a perfect layoff. Of a stapler, that is.